Is it okay to refuse service to same-sex couples based on religious beliefs? I chose this topic because it is such a hot topic in society today. I wanted to really go in depth and pick apart and analyze the laws and rights that LGBT people in this country have today. In this modern day and age, even though being in the LGBT community is much more common than ever before, it's still regarded as different or wrong in the eyes of many. It is important for the future of this country that we set aside our personal prejudices so that everyone gets the same just and unbiased treatment and respect, and no one is chastised just for who they are. For example, my great-uncle, who is gay, was an evangelical Christian until he came out. When he did so, his church disowned him because he conflicted with their religious beliefs. He couldn't understand why, if God created him to be gay, why that same God would wish for him to be punished by others, especially those from his own church. They knew him, he had friends there, but they all turned their back on him when he came out as being homosexual. He thought it would be fine because if God loves all, they would do the same. He had a very hard time with it and has since been rejecting the church and his religion. But if we all treated each other better, this wouldn't happen. A safe place turned toxic for him simply because my uncle was honest about who he was. We can change that. We can better the future. All we have to do is respect each other for who we are and love everyone. How would you feel if someone refused to serve you or treated you badly based solely on who you are because they thought it was wrong? The chart above shows the percentage of LGBTQ Americans saying they or an LGBTQ friend or family member have experienced various forms of individual discrimination because they are LGBTQ. 57% said they've experienced threats or non-sexual harassment. 51% have said they've experienced sexual harassment and or violence. And 34% said they've experienced verbal harassment or questioning in a bathroom. How would you like that? This topic is so controversial because of how many people feel differently about it, and it's so personal for everyone. Many people think that denying service to anyone is never okay. However, many others feel exactly opposite about it. Faith Karimi describes the state and federal laws connecting to this issue. Basically, many states have laws saying that you cannot segregate based on identity. However, stores can still decline service to certain patrons. In my opinion, it's never okay to decline service to someone based on their sexuality or gender identification. Even if the reason is that it's against your religion, it doesn't justify wrongful actions. One well-known example of this occurring is a few years back, a gay couple in Colorado went to a bakery to order a cake for their wedding reception, and the owner denied them a cake, so they took their case to court. Reporter Pete Williams covers this case, saying the baker said that it would violate his freedom of expression, but the couple he turned down said refusing to serve gay customers was illegal discrimination. This makes it even more complicated because it's double-sided, wrongful legal discrimination and First Amendment rights. Religious affiliations often collide with ideas pertaining to homosexuality. Since 1989, religious beliefs in regard to disagreeing with same-sex marriage has declined, but it is still a problem today. Religious and personal beliefs are sacred and important, but so is freedom to identify the way you choose. And some try using religious freedom to their advantage and the disadvantage of others. Adam Serwer says that bills supposedly crafted to protect religious business owners' rights to discriminate against same-sex couples solely within the context of marriage ceremonies or celebrations could in fact be much broader than their stated purpose. Everyone is different, and differences can make people really uncomfortable and offended sometimes. Sexuality and religion are often conflicting in a way, but there's no place for it in a work environment. Now, more than ever before, those in the LGBT community have more rights and protections than ever, but they're still not equal. Petra Biloxi says that LGBT people have made significant legal and political gains in the United States. However, federal law does still not expressly prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Throughout the last almost 2 decades, so much has changed in American society, but we still have a long way to go. One point that has improved significantly is more social progression with homosexuality, shown in the graphs above, as well as state and federal legislation helping to improve this by passing laws that help LGBT people. My sources come from Faith Karimi of CNN, Petra Biloxi of Human Rights Watch, Adam Serwer from MSNBC, and Pete Williams of NBC News. Thank you for listening and have a great day.